2025. That's what we're about to talk about today. We're going to hop straight into it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But let's go over this because Bone has literally been creating lows every single day for the last 5 years. So it is kind of crazy saying that. Honestly, it was like more like the last 4 years, more like the last 4 years. But still, all through 2021, all through 2022, 2023, 2024, and now 2025, we've been seeing Bone creating new lows, right? You can see it here. It's been like a wave of ups and downs, but ultimately they're all lows. And this just keeps happening with Bone. So how do we get past this? Is Bone dead in 2025? What is coming up next for Bone? That is the big question on everybody's mind because as you can see, we're still at 17 cents. Meanwhile, the whole crypto market has been pumping, but currently right now we have seen a pullback in the whole overall market. Bitcoin is pulling back right now, and everything else is pulling back with it. But some of the altcoins are still holding up strong because we're literally entering altcoin season. Look at how Ethereum is still up 9.3% in the last 7 days, despite Bitcoin going down. Look, the Ethereum chart looks the complete opposite of the Bitcoin chart. Look at all the other altcoins. All the other altcoins are still kind of moving up and trending upwards a little bit, but Bitcoin, is going down, which means we are entering altcoin season. So I would definitely say prepare for that. But even though we see Bitcoin dominance dropping, as you can see, Bitcoin dominance only at 56% now. That's actually crazy because Bitcoin dominance has been at 61, 62% for the longest. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin dominance is down to 56%. Even though we have Bitcoin dominance dropping, we still see the Bone charts going down. So even though, it's altcoin season and we're entering altcoin season, Bitcoin is still Bone is still dropping, which is kind of disappointing and disheartening. A lot of people really were like set on Bone. They're like, Bone is the truth. Bone is the next thing. Bone is it. But it has never lived up to anything that it was supposed to, which is completely sad because there's a lot of people that lost a lot of money inside of Bone. They had a lot of faith in Shibarium and Shibaswap. They had a lot of faith in Bone as a governance token of Shibarium. So now just to see how things have played out, it's really sad to see. And the truth is, yeah, in a way, Bone almost is dead in 2025. Not necessarily fully. It still has the potential to bounce back. But as of right now in 2025, it's not looking good for Bone. Like as of right now, yes, it's dead as of right now. Can it come back to life? Yes, I would say give it some time. When the market really starts to ramp up, it might get back up, like possibly. But you got to look at the previous all-time highs for Bone. Looking at the previous market cap here, they got all the way up to 461 million in market cap. Right now it's at 43 million. So it literally has to 10x to get back to its all-time high. So if Bone does recover, a 10x is possible, and that would be a good easy 10x to make. It'd be an easy flip. But then again, you don't know if Bone is actually going to recover, and you don't know what rate it's going to recover at. And that's the problem with this because it's at such a cheap price, but we've seen cheap prices for a while and it just keeps going down. So is it going to continue to go down to even cheaper prices? That's the real question here. But personally, I think we have a little bit more time left inside of this market, and Bone still has not pumped yet. We have a little bit of time left. So I believe personally the end of this bull run is probably going to be the end of 2025, possibly a little bit into 2026, but probably the end of 2025 and a little bit into 2026, and then the market's done. So Bone does not have that much time to bounce back. It has maybe 6 months. So we got 4 more months left of this. We got September, October, November, December. So we got 4 months left of this year. And then possibly January and February, we might have some growth for the market, like the last leg up, which is 2 more months. So that's like 6 months left. So Bone does not have that much time left. I gave it about 6 months. Hopefully it can come back. As of right now, yes, it's dead. but it does have the possibility to come back. Now, there's a lot of people that are really like dead set on Bone, but then there's people that have just, they just given up on Bone. So, for instance, this person here, Jon Snow, he says, despite being at 115K and Ethereum at 4,800, Bone is still at the level of 18 cents. The only ones responsible for this are the developers who haven't fulfilled any of their promises. I'm ashamed of every single one of them. And then he called them out and literally tagged them here. Shaitoshi, he's like him. And then this person here. You can see Shaitoshi, he still has Bone inside of his description on Twitter. It still says sheep, bone, leash, treat. So yeah, he's still with the Bone family here, but it's not doing what anyone wants it to. Now there's still people dead set on Bone who still believe it'll go up. And me personally, I do believe it will recover. As of right now, yes, it's dead, but I do believe it will recover and come back to life. It always does, and it's connected to Shiba Inu, it's connected to Shibarium. So if they finally decide to take the gloves off and really take Shiba Inu and Shibarium and Bone to where they belong, then the price can go up. But the developers have to be dead set on, everything with the Shibarium ecosystem. The money has to flow into Bone. The money has to flow into Leash. It cannot only flow into the sheep and the developers' pockets. It has to go into the whole ecosystem. That's the whole point of an ecosystem. The money has to circulate. It can't just stay in the developers' pockets and inside of sheep. Can't do that. But anyways, this person, Bone Holder, like I said, he's dead set on it. He says Bone, the sleeping giant waking up, looks like K9 Finance has something to do with it. So he's saying K9 Finance has something to do with it. They're like a liquidity thing. So official liquid staking on the Shibarium layer 2 using Bone empowered by 9. So they're using Bone. They're on they have staking on Shibarium. So I guess they're doing good still. So there's still an ecosystem around Bone and people are still using it, but it's not as big as it should be, right? Some other people that says this, this person says, useful info, but the indicator traders shouldn't ignore is the demand from an active community. So that's true. You can't look at this through technical analysis. This has to be done through a fundamental analysis. And Bone does have an active community. So it says that social RSI for Bone is in oversold territory on most exchanges. So they say it's an oversold territory on most exchanges. We're going to go ahead and check this out. We're looking at this through the MEXC lens. And yes, I will say, when you look at the daily chart, it's oversold. Whenever you see this is the percent R trend exhaustion here. Whenever you see the percent R trend exhaustion down towards the bottom here, it's similar to the RSI. This is the long-term charts on the bottom, and then the short terms are on the top. You can see that we have been oversold on Bone since the beginning of the year. Really, since this December of last year, we've been selling off, and we stayed oversold since then. So yes, I do agree. Bone is long overdue for a pump, and it should be coming soon. I don't know when, but it should be. And if you look at the MACD has just been selling off for the longest on Bone, and it's still negative. So hopefully Bone can bounce back, and I think that it quite possibly can. And then we can also go ahead and bring up the RSI here on Bone. So let's go ahead and type in RSI. We got the relative strength index here. So yeah, it's looking a little oversold here. Well, it's kind of like in a middle range here, but still looking at the MACD and the percent R trend exhaustion, we are definitely oversold on Bone. So hopefully it'll come back soon, but we'll have to see. And this is the daily chart. So we can come over here to the weekly chart as well. Oh yeah, very much oversold on the weekly chart. We've been oversold since, let's say, April of 2024. That's crazy. On the weekly chart, we've been oversold since April of 2024. So when Bone bounces back, it's going to bounce back pretty hard. So, and the MACD is also oversold. So yeah, I think we're primed for a breakout here on Bone. Not oversold on the 4-hour chart, but this is a shorter term chart. So you've seen some recoveries here. Went all the way up to 19 cents and then pulled it back immediately. So the next level for us, I mean, there's no point of doing next levels and price predictions here with Bone, but 23 cents, we can see we've had support here. And I'll show you guys how I came up with that. So 23 cents right here, we have resistance at this level. We have support at this level. And if you come back, we also have more support. And then if you look at 20 cents as well, there's also some important support levels that we've had before and resistance levels. So if you see, we've hit that level multiple times and bounced off it. Those are important levels. So 20 cents, 23 cents. That's what we're targeting in the short term here for Bone. But other than that, we can't really do anything that's too long term with Bone, just because the way the market has been moving, the way Bone itself has been moving, it wouldn't make sense to do like a long term prediction right now. But do I think that Bone will recover? Yes. I think it will recover. Yes, it is dead a little bit, but it can be revived, right? We can give it, CPR. It does not have a do not resuscitate order, right? Bone can be resuscitated. We can revive it. We can give it CPR and all that. We can bring Bone back to life. It's just going to take some time. But yeah, there's still some people that are really adamant on Bone and they really believe in it. So I think that Bone can come back. Altcoin season is here. It's here to stay for like the next 4 to 6 months. So Bone should be good. But this is a Bone community poster on Twitter. And even they've stopped. They joined 2020. But since then, they've stopped since July. So they haven't been posting anything about Bone. And they're like a community poster. And then Sheep, even Sheep has not posted about Bone since August 8th. They haven't posted about Bone. And then I couldn't find any post after that for a while. So yeah, that's actually crazy. So yeah, Sheep developers, if y'all are watching this, y'all gotta be adamant on pushing Bone. You gotta push. You gotta make sure Bone, Leash, and Sheep and Treat are all doing good. All 4 of them have to be doing good. Not just Sheep. But anyways, this is a post posted by the Sheep ecosystem, Leash V2. They're gonna be having a migration, I guess. And I don't know if they're gonna be doing this for Bone eventually, but I haven't heard of anything of it yet. So this is just for Leash. So just know they are doing something. They posted this on the 22nd. They're going to be doing a migration. So just know that. Anyways, this is all I got for you all today. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Just kind of recap. I do believe it's dead, but I do believe it will be revived soon. And I think that it will benefit from this altcoin season. How much will it benefit? I don't know. Right now we're eyeing 19, we're eyeing 20 cents to 23 cents on the short term. But if I see it break 23 cents, I will do a more long-term price prediction to see, not even long-term, really like a 6-month price prediction. Where will the price be after altcoin season kicks in? If we pass 23 cents, I will do that. All right. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section, all that good stuff. As always, I'll be back with another video.